Many of you have been keeping up with the sessions on a daily basis. If you haven't been watching them live, they are available afterwards on all of my other social media apps. And I really do have a really cool conversation today because I bet you that this has happened to you before in life. So what I'm talking about are those things that we often write off as coincidences in life. Those moments that we have in life that just don't seem kind of right, that it shouldn't happen, but we kind of just accept it and say, oh, it just must have been a coincidence. What if I told you some of these things you're experiencing aren't coincidences? They are things that you are manifesting in your life. They are universal signs and beyond. And one thing I'm speaking of specifically today is the numbers 111. 111, 1111. Now, if I asked you how many of you have actually seen the numbers 1111 or 111 show up on your clock or your dashboard in your car, you would be amazed at how many people see these numbers. And it's not just the fact that we see this number, it's how often as an individual we keep seeing these reoccurring numbers. So, 111, 1111 has a very broad spiritual significance across many beliefs. If you can go online right now and type in what does 1111 or 111 mean, and you are going to see probably about 50 different descriptions. There is a website out there. It's not mine. It's called Sacred Scribes. So if you go to Google and let's say 333 is what you always see. You see 333 all the time. You could go to Google and type in what does 333 mean, and you'll see a website listed, Sacred Scribes. And for me, because I've looked at many of them, Sacred Scribes offers the best, most detailed interpretation of what these numerical signs are. Now, before I started seeing 1111 and 111 all the time, for years and years, would constantly see the number 911. 911. It would either be 9:11 p.m. or I would see 9:11. Every time I would look at the clock, it was 9:11 a.m., 9:11 p.m. It just used to bug me out. And I used to think about this all the time. This was even before I had that deep spiritual connection that I live in today. So I would look at these numbers and I would say, man, there's something going on. And, 9/11, we just interpret right off the bat as like an emergency. Something's wrong. But that's not the case with the number 9/11. It really is getting you closer to that aspect of 1111. It's moving you up a ladder in a sense. And you've seen 333, 222, 44. You've seen all these numbers. But 111 specifically, I would say, somewhere in my 40s when I started to really shift my perspective and maintain that shift of perspective, I started to see 111, 1111 a lot. And I started to research that. And I'm not big on numerology, but I am big on signs as opposed to coincidences. And it got to a point where I even said to myself, this cannot be coincidental. There is no way possible that I can constantly keep on seeing this number sequence, or this keeps happening to me without it meaning something else. And I was also going through some very profound spiritual things at the time. So the two of them just kind of joined up and made perfect sense to me. And I realized that regardless of what spiritual path or culture or belief you're looking at, 111 does always have that kind of overall point of like true awakening, true alignment. And when I say alignment, I don't mean within yourself, I mean alignment with the source, with the one, the divine, the creator, God. Thank you so much for the hearts. I can't really see the hearts on TikTok today because I got my other phone. There we go. That's better. There we go. Thank you so much. I really appreciate the love, and right back at you, every single one of you. Good morning. I love every one of you, and I really hope every single day, thank you, that you truly are really just trying to live from within. You deserve that in your life. You deserve to be who you truly feel and believe you are inside. So I'm going to be here with you every day to the best of my abilities to help you get there, okay? So as I was just saying, those signs you're seeing, they're the breadcrumbs. They're the universal breadcrumbs. You yourself are asking, please, let me see a sign. Please show me the way. Please let my time be. Please, when is it going to be my time? You're asking these questions out to the divine, to the universe. You're manifesting these with your choices and stuff. So when you see these signs, when you hear those songs, when you hear those things that start resonating very unique and specific things with you, you must stop. You must pay attention, because as I said, when you start seeing like 1111, this means you are on the right path. Keep listening within. Keep going on this path. You are really aligned. You are awakening. You are connected to you are on that path. Stay on it. So, it really is, my strong extrasensory ability is clairaudience. You've heard of clairvoyance and all of these things. What clairaudience is it's hearing, it's frequencies. And even speaking to you right now, I hear literally, physically, just frequencies. People would say, oh, you must have tinnitus. I don't have tinnitus. I hear these frequencies. Thank you so much for that heart and crown. That's very cool. And these frequencies shift. So if I'm channeling, or if I'm doing an intuitive session with somebody and we're connecting and we're talking, I'm receiving insight and guidance and wisdom aligned for you. It's up to me to interpret these frequencies that I hear. Sometimes when we're live like this, all of a sudden it'll just kick in so strong, and I know that means what I'm saying in that specific moment is absolutely for somebody who is currently watching. Right now it's nice and peaceful. It's calm. It's very faint, which is very interesting because it's not usually like this for me. It's usually a lot more prominent. But I'm going to interpret this that I'm right on with you this morning. And this is something that you do need to hear, because all of you in your own way are seeing those signs. You are seeing those breadcrumbs. You are seeing that beacon. You are feeling that direction to move in life, physically, mentally, and spiritually. And you've got to constantly, and that's why mindfulness and being present is so important, because if we're here, not lost in thought and emotion and fear and anxiety, if we're here right now, I see that. I'm going to read that, Adele. We're here right now, right? If we're here in the present moment, we're paying attention. We're observing. We are aware, presently aware. So when those signs pop up and show you the way, this way, not that way, don't turn left, you are aware of them. So really pay attention to the signs in your life, my friends, because no matter where you are on your journey, you are going to be seeing those numbers, 222, 333, 444. And these are all excellent numbers. 111. I tell you, I can't even tell you, I don't see it much anymore. You're going to get to you're going to rise to a level at some point where these things are going to subside and you have the knowing. And I don't mean this in any egotistical way, please. I'm not trying to sound egotistical or better than anybody else, because I'm not. I was probably more lost and broken than many of you out there. I have been through shit in my life that I would not wish on my worst enemy, and I have made some of the dumbest mistakes that have catastrophically basically destroyed my life multiple times. So I am not speaking from a place of I'm better than you. I'm speaking from a place that I know because I've lived it and experienced it, and I'm trying to help you navigate around it and get home within, my friend. So please don't ever interpret what I'm doing here as me being better than you, because we are the same. And I truly do love you. And I care about every single one of you, even those of you that drive me crazy and I completely disagree with, because I know inside you, beyond all that shit, is that same vibrating light and energy that is inside of me. I don't care who you are. I say it all the time. I don't give a shit if you love Donald Trump or love Joe Biden. I don't care if you like Mickey Mouse or McDonald's. I don't. I don't. Because I know that that's only ego. That's only you embracing things of this exterior world, man-made creations, things that have been presented to you. It has nothing to do with who and what you truly are inside. And every single one of those people, my worst enemy, when I've had moments alone with them, there was connection. There was clarity. When we can take ourselves away from the noise and the information and the intentional, purposeful distractions that we are presented with every single day, we will all find this clarity and this connection inside. And most importantly, we will find this desire inside to not be alone. And to not be alone means for you and I to find our way past those differences, find our way home so we can unite and end that innate loneliness that is the reason everything exists in the first place. Why do you think one creative being, one beginning, one source, one energy would create all of this? All of this. So it's not alone. So it's not alone. You and I exist to create memories, to share, so that one, that thing we call God, that hallmark word, what it's become, right? That thing resonates and feels and vibrates in every single thing that we do. So if that's not enough reason to get past the noise and chaos and the division, I don't know what is, my friend. But you are being presented with signs, with feelings, with things inside of you that are trying to guide you someplace. And that place is deep, deep, deep within. I'm sorry I come on here all the time and trash the spiritual charlatans and entrepreneurs, but it's because you've wasted enough time. You've been distracted enough. You've been misguided and manipulated since you came into this world. Since mommy and daddy started going, oh, goo, goo, gaga, you, baby. We've been just starting to be filled with noise, information. Some of it's good, some of it's valuable, but most of it has enabled us to create this false identity, to live in fear and anxiety, to want and need and to judge from a place of harshness and cruelty. There's a way around it, my friend, and this is why I'm urging you to take the time every day to focus on what's in, purge out those thoughts, re-observe your life, watch the signs, and be here. Because it's incredible. It's incredible. Here, now, is incredible. I promise you. So, 111 also is very synchronous. As I said, when you see 111, that's something telling you, your higher awareness or the universe, whatever you believe. This isn't about my spiritual beliefs. You have your own, and that's okay. Adapt whatever I'm saying, God, the source, the universe, the cosmos, to whatever word you choose. Whatever floats your boat is fine for me. But you are seeing synchronicities in your life. As I say all the time, we know sometimes when we are going in the wrong direction. We hear it, we feel it. It's coarse, it's rough. Things aren't going the way they should. And we know when we are going with, not going with, we know when we are letting life flow naturally without our resistance and expectations interfering with that energetic flow. You've got to be here, man. You've got to be here because you're going to miss those moments. Everything you're trying to do has a synchronicity, and 111 and synchronicity go to hand. As I said, it's your awakening, it's your alignment, it's the right path. So you want to follow those breadcrumbs. Now, even Carl Jung's concept, it's meaningful coincidences. I love that whole concept of meaningful coincidences because I get it. Things can be coincidental. Coincidences do exist. You hear people say, there are no coincidences. Everything is in it. No. Things happen. And there are real signs and things that happen with intention. And again, it's up to us how we interpret and see those things. But I love that Meaningful coincidences, meaning like sometimes a coincidence, a natural coincidence can happen, but it impacts us in such a way that it wakes us up to something. We have an epiphany from a simple action and event. And it's such an incredible thing because it's true, but it only happens if you're here in the present moment. If you're lost out there, you're going to miss all of these beautiful things. And that's why I say, we look at our lives as like, oh, I'll be ready in an hour, right? You've said this to people. How long do you need? Oh, I'll be ready in about an hour. Okay, well, that hour's got 60 minutes in it. Every one of those minutes has seconds. It's insane how much time we just waste on not even being here. We're getting ready, we're doing things. I could be in the shower ready and dressed in 5 minutes. Done, completely clean. Like we create these lengths of time. We just think we have this infinitesimal amount of time. And we're missing so many beautiful moments in between. So like think about that. Oh, I'll be ready in an hour. You get ready in an hour and then you walk out and somebody says, so what did you do this past hour? Oh, I took a shower, did my hair, I got out and I fixed myself up and I got dressed and here I am. That's 5 things. Okay, maybe that's 20 minutes, 30 minutes. What'd you do with the other 30 minutes? You don't even know. You don't even know because you just let it slip away because it's meaningless to you. You can't see it. You can't feel it. You can't eat it. You can't taste it. You can't sleep with it. And I'm talking about time. But it's one of the most important things we have. And people say time doesn't exist. Bullshit, it doesn't exist. I'm going to die one day. I'm going to run out of time. Right? Maybe time doesn't exist universally as we perceive it to be here, but here on this world, we're here right now. And if you're not paying attention, if you're not working to be here in the present moment, then you're living in thought and fear and anxiety. And I've got to get this done and tasks and chores and all of these things. Let that shit go. Because when you are here in the present moment, all of those things function better. They feel better. The outcome is better because you can't navigate through life being cluttered and clattered and banging all around in your head and think you're going to make sense of anything when you don't even have sense in your own head. So when you stop and you step away and you disconnect and you look at things and you observe and you start to understand that these emotions and feelings don't define me, they don't dictate who I am, they're just some way for me to understand how to move and navigate and perceive this world from joy and happiness and sadness and fear. They're all sensors. They're all things for us to go left, right, yes, no, okay, more, no, right? That's what they're for. They're not for you to go, I'm hurt. I'm broken. I'm sad. I'm depressed. Because it's not going to last unless you continuously cycle through it. Now, again, I'm not talking about people who have really serious mental challenges. I'm not talking about people who are physically ill in some way. I mean, there are things that can go on with our bodies that just completely don't enable us to ever feel and connect that way. And we have many mental issues in this country, and many of them aren't addressed, and it's a sad thing. And honestly, most of you watching this, you have some form of PTSD. You've gone through something in your life that's caused some trauma that just sticks with you. You've had experiences in your life that have dictated the way you see the world and the way you move forward. So we all have these challenges. But I promise you, my friend, if you do take the time every day to just turn the shit off, step away, take some good deep breaths, close your eyes, let everything be, you will find out that there is another existence beyond this one. And when we sit and we resonate in that more and more, and we spend more time within, we become more of that thing, our truth. And we find a way to let that from within be what extends and reaches and interacts and connects with people. We stop letting the outside world in and let that cycle back out of us. My friends, this is all for you, man. And I know sometimes I get on here and I sound like I'm just rambling and talking, but I've been doing this now on social media for over 10 years. I've got about 7,000 videos online. And with the exception of walking up to you and smacking you in your head or screaming in your face, it's time to wake the fuck up, man. This is your life. This is your life. We've been so conditioned to try to live beyond our means. I mean, we're just so torn and twisted in so many different ways that we keep looking for more ways to bring us together, but they just keep dividing us and dividing us. It's not until we stop. It's not until we work on ourselves truthfully. And again, I'm sorry for coming on social media and bashing the gongs and the singing bowls and the hand wavers and shit. If it relaxes you and works for you, great. Great. At the end of the day, all that shit you're trying to move past is still going to be there. And it's not going to change until you take the time to do the inner work, the dark work, the shadow work. Again, whatever term floats your boat, it's within. It's closing your eyes. It's being properly and safely guided to those points of trauma, pain, discomfort, and realigning, turning your perspective, shifting your energy and perspective into a new sight, seeing with new eyes, breathing with new lungs, living a new life by letting go of the old one. I heard a saying last night, I think on the Academy Awards, well, within that whole genre, and I can't remember it, but basically, I was watching the Avatar movie with my son, and it was in that, and basically, it was saying, if you hold on to the past, you'll never have a future. And I'm not quoting it properly, but it's the truth. It's the truth. If you keep living in the past, you're never going to live in the future. So everything, remember this, and I've said this to you before, where you are right now, I always say, by the choices you made, you are exactly where you're supposed to be. By the choices you've made or the choices you've let be made for you. Let me say that to you another way. Everything you've done in the past has manifested your present state, your present life, your present reality. Where you are today, you manifested by everything you did in your past. How do you think your future is going to be manifested? What actions will enable that future to exist? Everything you are doing or not doing right now is what your future is going to be. It's the truth. Your past led you to today. Today leads you to tomorrow. And if you don't like the direction your life's going, then you need to make changes today. And I can't believe I'm going to repeat this again. You know every single thing in your life that you don't like, that doesn't resonate with you, that doesn't bring you joy, that doesn't vibrate with you. You can sit down and write that list out for me right now. And the same thing on the other side. You can write out that list. Thank you so much for all the hearts. I see you. I see you. I see you. And I feel it. And I thank you so much. Honestly. I feel it. All right? And you can write out all of those things on that right side of the list. You can write out, thank you, all of the things that you love and enjoy and inspire you. And you'll realize you've spent most of your days, your seconds, your minutes, your life focusing on this side of the list, resonating and navigating and trying to get through this side of the list when you've got the answers here. So what do? We slowly, one at a time, however you can, start to distance yourself, disconnect, remove those obstacles, those things you do not like. You don't like these people, you don't fucking hang out with them. You don't like your job, Go start filling out applications with things you want to do. You will get that job. You don't like the way you look? Start eating better, right? You know what you love, what colors, what music, what TV shows, what pictures. Surround yourself. And when I say surround yourself with what inspires you, I mean surround yourself with what inspires you. You have that right to create that perfect fucking bubble around your life. And you have that right to live in that fucking bubble every second of your day. Just because somebody believes in that cause and somebody's screaming for those rights does not mean you have to. You are not obligated to take anybody's cause, movement, action, or perspective. You are here to live your individual specific life. And look at that. As I'm saying these words, somebody comes on Instagram who's got 777 in their name. And that right there, my friend, is that divine number, that synchronicity that you need to see in your face. So there's the slap in your face for every single one of you who are neglecting yourself, doubting yourself, and second guessing that fucking beautiful voice that speaks within you right now. How dare you? How dare you second guess that divine knowing within? When you look, when you ask, when you wonder, the answer is there. It's only this bullshit, damaged exterior mind that questions it, second guesses it. And I'll prove it to you right now. I've done this with you a dozen times. Right now, ask within, what is the first thing I can do to better my life? Instantly, at the speed of light, you get that answer, a word, an image, a feeling. Do it. Do it. Become it. You know, there's that stupid saying, fake it till you make it, right? Fake it till you make it. What is that saying to you? That's saying fake it, and then when you get what you want, stop faking it and just give up. Bullshit. Dumbest fucking statement ever. How about you fake it until you become it? How about that? How about every single day you get up and play the part of who you truly want to be until it clicks and snaps and you become that thing you want to be? Because you're doing the exact opposite right now. You're waking up in the morning, you're going on social media, and you are succumbing to the very thing you're trying to break free from. Society, man's way, this bullshit version of fucking civilized society, which is barbarically insane. Insane. We live on a fucking planet that we have turned into an insane asylum. We are running into each other. We are divided in every way. We're fighting over this and fighting over that. You know, I haven't even... Look, I have hundreds of Jewish friends. I grew up in Queens, New York, right next to a Hasidic neighborhood. I have been to Passover dinners. I've even read from the Torah. I've done all of these things to honor and respectfully be a part of my friend's religion. And I also have many friends who are Muslims. And I don't give a fuck what side of the fence you stand on right now. But if you look at what's going on right now on the Gaza Strip and you think that that is justifiable, then my friend, you are fucking so lost that you need to wake up. Because any action we do that involves murdering and killing women and children and innocent people is fucking demonic. And those assholes who are out there preaching are the fucking very evil they preach to fear. Okay? We have to change. And it only happens when you change. Not getting up and scrolling through social media first thing in the morning and succumbing to what everybody else is doing and wanting and needing and fucking and sucking and doing and tasting and eating. It just stop. Stop. I mean, how... Really, when does it come? When does it... What is your enough is enough point? I will be honest with you. If I didn't have my wife and my children, I would have left a long time ago. I'm alone. My biological family, sister, mom, and dad are gone. I have nobody but my family and a very small group of close friends. And when I say small, I mean 3, 4 very close friends. And that's my choice. I can't deal with who and what we've become. Human? Human. I want nothing to do with human. Not at all. We are a greedy, self-righteous, barbaric, selfish, just disgusting species. But we have the capability of being something so incredible. We individually, think of this, individually we can be as incredible as the entire universe itself. We have the ability to transcend every single thing that we know is wrong in this world. But because of the looks, because of the opinions, because of your wives and your friends and your girlfriends and your boyfriends, you choose not to. You sit down at a table to eat better. Oh, you're eating a salad? You let that dumb fucking perspective infect you in such a way that you let your own health go. You're bending to the will and perspective and expectations of everyone around you, and you forgot the most important thing of all. You were the one born into this world. If you didn't open your eyes today, this wouldn't exist. It wouldn't. So I've had enough. I've honestly had enough of what we do and what we've become. I don't even know what kind of planet my children are going to have in the future. Actually, I do know. And I think that's probably why I have this constant innate feeling of heartbreak. Because I know the world they're heading into is going to be so hard and so difficult if we do not allow certain things to take over. And I'm not going to get into that right now, but I'm sorry, man, this ignorance and arrogance towards AI and robotics is just greed and selfishness. Oh, AI ain't taking my job. Let AI take your job. Because the sooner AI takes your job, the sooner you and I get to go out there and just fucking be free. You don't have to pay for water, air, land, fruits and vegetables. This planet, it's a gift for us. Our bodies have a symbiotic relationship with this planet. So yeah, let technology take over. It'll show us a better way than we have. But nope, we're so egotistical. We are the humans, us, earthlings, are the most evolved species in all of creation. Those universes and galaxies and planets that have been evolving for billions and billions of years beyond us, they're not more evolved than us. We're so fucking stupid. We're so stupid. So, with that being said, as I was just saying, my wife, my 5-year-old daughter, and my 8-year-old son are my continuous, they are my inspiration. They are my source of life and love. They are my everything. And today, as a matter of fact, is my firstborn son's birthday. My son Kyle. He's 28 years old today. He's the same age I was when I had him, which is the same age my father was when he had me, coincidentally enough. But my son is 28 years old today. And who he is, where he is in his mind at 28 years old, I would fucking kill to have had that awareness at 28 years old. I sent him a message last night because I don't talk to him every day anymore. He's in Connecticut. I'm in Illinois. I don't see him but maybe once, twice a year. And I saw him every day. So I sent him a message last night saying, I know you're growing and you're living your life and that space is important. I know. I said, but you're still the fucking air I breathe. Oh, fuck you. Hold on, that's going to pause up Instagram. That's going to freeze up Instagram. I apologize, Instagram. Let me know when we're back on Instagram. I forgot to put my phone on silence again today. So I know Instagram is going to lag. Every time that happens, it interferes with Instagram. Somebody on Instagram just give me a thumbs up or something so I know we're okay and we're back. All right? So, it is my son's 28th birthday today. I need to see that on Instagram. There we go. All right, thank you, Joe. And I've been telling him since he's a kid that he is the air I breathe. And it's the truth. When I had my son, Kyle, I had moved to Connecticut at 26 years old. A year later, met a girl. A year later, I had my son. My entire life changed. He grounded me. He gave me purpose. He gave me life, my son. And he is the air I breathe. So I promise you, if you find that way to go with what's inside you, to be able to break away and move in line with what you feel is your life, my friends, I promise you, your life is going to be incredibly amazing. Give me 1 second, please. Sorry. I just wanted to wipe my face for a second. Excuse me. I'm sorry. Had no intention of getting emotional today, but man, I mean, come on, man. Just this, even in the United States, this whole political shit is just so stupid, man. It's just so dumb. We can't possibly want to be some hate-filled country that follows one religious path that has been manipulated by man for, I mean, all right. So, yeah, I'm definitely talking a lot this morning. I can see what time it is already. So I'm going to read some questions in a minute, and then we're going to do our meditation today. And Jesus, I need that. So let me go here first. Let's just see. Let me just go up here. Oh, Jesus Christ. Some people are just so fucking stupid, honestly. I don't mean that to sound insulting, but so stupid. Yes, exactly. I couldn't agree with you more. It's so disheartening how this world is today. It is. We were going the right way, but suddenly at the end of 70s, devil took over U.S. We were going the right way, but then at the end of the 70s, the devil took over the U.S. I'm trying to remember. I grew up in the 70s. I was born in 1968. I grew up in the 70s in New York. 70s, 80s. I mean, yeah, it was okay. I don't think we've ever been going the right way, to be completely honest. Ever. Honestly. Need insight. Happy birthday to Kyle. Thank you. Awesome. If somebody needs insight, Farmer, just ask your question. I'm the same age with my son. Magical. That's awesome. All right. So if anybody on TikTok has any questions, now's the time to type it because I got to the end. And let's see what we got here. Why is it all like jumbled? I see 444 a lot. It's so weird how TikTok does that. It's like all jumbled on top of each other. We're back. Thank you. That's good. Okay. I understand my daughter saved me in many ways, Adele. Yeah, Adele, I have you on my list today to respond back to your email. So we'll definitely be touching base and talking today. And I love the analogy of Lowe's. that you used in your email. I was cracking up when I read that in a good way. What was New York like in the 70s? What was New York like in the 70s? Man, that's such an awesome question. I grew up in Queens, New York, a really vibrant neighborhood. I grew up in the projects of Queens, New York. The projects are low-income housing. White, blacks, Russian, everything, just a literal melting pot. See, when I grew up as a kid, there was never races. There wasn't. There was just my friends, there was just people, honestly. I didn't see color as a kid because my neighborhood was pretty freaking colorful. What was it like in New York in the 70s? It was bell-bottom jeans, man. It was people hanging out, just being happy and talking about love and peace. And I'm being serious. In my neighborhood, I can remember being a kid walking through the park and stuff, the schoolyard and stuff, and dudes and my sister's friends. My sister was 5 years older than me, 5.5. So I was really lucky that I got that whole teenage aspect when I was a kid because of my sister's friends. They were smoking pot and just talking about being free and things like that. And I mean, you had a lot of ignorance in New York, though. My dad was I don't want to say a racist, but he was a Bronx-born New Yorker in the generation before me. So, like always, you always have the older generation that is stuck in their ways and blames everything that's going on in the world on the younger generation, when in fact it's that older generation that created that. Like right now, how my generation's blaming the youth. It's not the fucking youth's fault. They're trying to change the world so they can live a different life than we live. No! And we get all this stupidness. So New York was cool. It was just a melting pot. It was, everybody got along. I mean, you hear that term all the time. You were able to leave your door unlocked. I don't know if I would necessarily leave my door unlocked, but it was a safe neighborhood, and your neighbors and stuff were all friendly. And I used to walk outside of the building, 155-11 Jewel Avenue. That's my address, apartment 2D. I would walk outside, and all the old ladies, Rose and Jean and stuff, would be sitting outside, and I just, they were just sweet old people, and they would always sing to me and be nice and stuff. And it was cool, man. But then I grew up. And then I realized that New York was a rat race, a fast-paced city, people just stepping over each other to get what they want and get in life, and I got the fuck out of there. 26 years old, I went over the Whitestone Bridge and never looked back. I would get nauseous when I would go back and visit New York. I would literally physically get nauseous on the Whitestone Bridge driving back into New York. So I can assure you of this. I would never move back to New York. No, I don't think so, unless it was like upstate in the country. I would never move back to like New York City, and I would never go back to normal society. I'm not going to get into my life and how I live my life, but I would rather curl up and die living 30 days in the woods off of leaves and bark than to be a part of what we call society today. We could be better. We have the capability and means to be better, and it's time. It's time to do that. So, listen, we're not going to have time to do our full meditation today. I really apologize. I will make sure tomorrow I stay on point, I don't deviate too much, and we have a nice full meditation. But we do have about 10 minutes right now to where we can get a good, nice, relaxing meditation in with me. So, with that being said, me too. Let's get comfortable, please, in a nice, comfortable position. And right now, my energy's up, right? So you're going to see with me how we do this right now. And I'm sorry, I'm stuffy and I've got a cold and we were just crying, so we'll deal with it. So As I always say, if you could breathe in and out through your nose, that's perfect. That's great. If not, it's okay. Breathe comfortably. So before we start, my friends, let's get a quick scan. The skin on our foreheads, our temples, our eyes, and our cheeks. Deep breath in and relax. Relax the body. Excuse me. Relax the face, breathing in. Relax down that jaw, the shoulders. My neck is killing me today. Relaxing down the chest, the stomach. Taking in a big, deep breath, we're going to relax the spine. Sending the intention of relaxation, letting our spine support us nice and peacefully, breathing in, and on the exhale, relaxing down even further the legs, the shins, the feet. One more good breath in. Close your eyes if you haven't already closed them, and just exhale and relax your whole body. Another good breath in. Again, relaxing the entire body. Take a moment. Let go of the breathing. Just let yourself be within. No judgments, no expectations. If there are sounds around you, the hum of the room, people speaking, dogs barking, let them be. We don't block. We don't force. We let everything be as it should be in the exterior world. We are within, in our sacred safe space. Gently, in the mind's eye, create an image of a peaceful setting. It could be a garden, the forest, the beach. Even if you can't visually see it in your mind's eye, you can imagine it around you. You can feel it. You can imagine you are just sitting in the middle of a forest or on a beach. You can imagine feeling the breeze, the sun. You can absolutely manifest and create this. Create your peaceful space. As you look within this space, I want you to imagine 4 columns in a row next to each other. A big, giant 1111. The sun is on the other side, and the light rays individually come between each column. You can feel that light. You can see that light. Let this light show you that you are on the right path. Let everything you are truly trying to manifest be within this path. And as you go on with your light, you will just feel this within. Every day of your life, you can close your eyes, feel this light, and know you are on your path. Take a moment. Be in your peaceful space. See the light coming through the columns. feel and envision the perfect life before you. Sit with your awareness, my friend. Every beautiful hope, every beautiful dream within will be. As long as we live from within and do not second guess and doubt from what is within, the exterior world will be in line with what we envision. This is truth, my friend. You resonate in the world you focus on. And if you focus on the world that comes from within, that is the world you will exist in. Be from within, my friends. Please. If you are still holding on to the vision within, let it go. Let the columns go. Let the light fade away. Gently bring yourself back to the sounds in the room you are in. Gently bring your awareness back to feeling and sensing your body without even touching it. And take a deep breath into the center of the chest. Rest a moment. And exhale. Deep breath in, centering, relaxing, grounding the body. Exhale. Another breath in, gently wiggling the toes and the fingers, re-engaging the body, keeping the eyes closed. Exhale. Take a minute or two on your own. Sit in silence. And when you are ready, when you feel comfortable, slowly open your eyes. And take a moment. I definitely needed that, even though it was short. That's the magic and power of meditation. Obviously, I had some things to get off my chest today because I deviated completely from my notes, but that's okay. Not a coincidence. I said enough today. For those of you who came in late, if interested, this will be available immediately on my Instagram and will be later uploaded to Facebook and YouTube. You can find the links for all my social media apps and everything else by clicking the Linktree link on my profile. While you're there, you can also click on the thing that says The Book of New Light, free PDF. I uploaded my first book to Google Drive, no email, no data collection. Click it, it opens. This book will change your life. I promise you. Do it. Tomorrow, we get into breath work, really seriously grounding ourselves with the power of breath. My friends, thank you for the hearts today. Thank you. Thank you for the love, and thank you for being here with me today. This isn't only about me being here for you. You're here for me. As I said, I have a very small family, very small group of friends. You are my extended family and friends. So I appreciate you more than you can possibly imagine. Thank you. Thank you, and thank you. Everyone, have a beautiful day. Thank you so much. That was awesome. I'm glad you enjoyed it. And for those of you, I am sorry I deviated from my start of today. But as I said, sometimes things just have to be said. Thank you for the hearts. Thank you, everybody. I will see you all tomorrow. And remember, if you're not comfortable typing here in the live, asking a question, asking for guidance, insight, or just wanting to talk and connect with somebody else, you can message me. TikTok, Instagram, anywhere. I respond to every single message I get. Every single message. Sometimes it takes a little while if there's a lot, but you will get a response. Everyone, I will see you soon. Have a beautiful, blessed day. All right? Take care. Bye-bye. Wrong button. I don't know what I'm doing. And wrong button. TikTok doesn't want me to go.